Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to Thrive with Renee Lunch Break Conversation. How are you, Vivian Bacon?
I am doing wonderful. How you doing, Renee? Good to
I
see you.
Seeing it, you just look so beautiful. You look
Oh,
amazing.
you're amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, for those of you watching, my name is Winnie Antoine. I am a financial services entrepreneur, and I am live in conversation with Vivian F. Bacon of Vivian Financial Bacon Bits. And then she's here to give you all the bits. So go ahead and share it. Join, share it because this conversation, it's about empowerment and it's about our finances. And then so as you can see in the description, I put money matters, peace of mind matters. And that's what we're gonna talk about, legacy. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and introduce you all to. Actually, we are in business together. We have our own business. But then what I love about Vivian is the fact that we are all about collaboration. This is not
Yes.
any competition. It doesn't matter. She's in Georgia. I'm in Chicago. We are having this conversation to help all of you thrive. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Vivian. How you doing today?
I am doing wonderful. How you doing? Okay, Renee?
I'm excited. I'm so excited to have you with me.
Yes,
I'm
I am
just
too.
excited.
It's a blessing just to be here with you today. Like she said, my name is Vivian Bacon of Financial Bacon Bits. I am a financial life coach, and what I do is I teach people how to change their mindsets, how to change their paradigm concerning money. A lot of times we don't know why we do certain things. So therefore, we don't manage our money correctly. So I help people understand how they receive these financial paradigms from a child. You may think that's kind of crazy that I think the way I think because it was given to you. So what I do is I help people understand how important it is to manage their finances, understand why they do certain things.
I am so glad you said that because my first question for you has to do with our mindset in regards to our upbringing in our relationship with money based on how we were brought up. So can you add a little more about that? It's like why do you feel people have different ideas? What does the ideas come about money?
Just like anything else, Renee, we get our concepts about money from our upbringing, from our surroundings, from our parents, grandparents, the people that babysit us, or whatever case it may be. If you grew up in a household where money was something that was discussed positively, like saving money, investing money, then you probably have a better mindset concerning money than someone where there was always arguments about money or there was not enough money in the household. So as growing up as a child, we have gotten what they call paradigms of financial mindsets in our subconscious mind. And a lot of times we don't realize it, we don't even recognize it, that we're doing certain things. But because it's in our subconscious mind, we wind up going back to the ways that our parents and grandparents thought. So therefore, we have a harder time trying to manage our money and do the right thing that we're supposed to do with our money. So it starts when we're kids, and it's all in our subconscious mind. So I teach people how to recognize, first of all, that they have a problem. Just like
Yes,
anything,
yes.
you have to know and take responsibility that I have a problem. So once you know you have the problem, how do I fix it? So I teach people how to change their way of thinking based on, number one, association. If you're
Yes, talk about that. Talk about that.
right, so you're hanging around the wrong people who have unfortunately, a poverty mindset. Go to work all the time, working 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, working until they're 40 years on a job, 65, retirement, then that's probably what you're going to have. So we have to learn how to change our association, be around people that are doing some of the things that you want to do and also further. So that's the first thing we need to do is pretty much change our association and get away from small thinking people when it comes to trying to build your financial stability through the way we think. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Well, for those of you joining live right now, I see you all. I appreciate you. This is Thrive with Renee in conversation with Vivian F. Bacon of Vivian Financial Bacon Bits. And our conversation is to talk about money, talk about how we can position ourselves to succeed and to thrive. And this is first start with us. And I'm just gonna review for those of you just joining right now.
Yeah.
So Vivian said first, we have to recognize we have a problem. Okay. So first know that we have a money problem, just be honest about it. And then she talked about changing our association. So a lot of times the people that we are associated with, 9 out of 10, that's what our financial situation is gonna look like. And then so those are the bits
Yes.
that Vivian has shared with us. And then be around people who we want to be like them. If we see the finances are solid, then get around them. Okay.
Yes.
So this is that's already 3 bits, and we're not even 5 minutes. Thank you. So Vivian, so you talk about upbringing, how our upbringing has a lot to do with how we process money, with
Mhm.
what mindset about money. So talk to me about, like, do you see any maybe different thoughts from the older generations, how they saw money versus the new generation?
Well, it has to change at some point in our lives. For me, for instance, and I'll be very transparent. I didn't grow up in a household where there was a lot of money. There's a lot of money that went around. A single parent home. My mother did the best that she could, even though she made sure we had what we needed. I had to find a way. How do I change that? You have to be a stronger person to not to want to be a victim, because a lot of times we say, well, I can't do this because of this, because of who I am, my skin color, my religion, I can't do these things. So we have to change that, the way we think about it's not our parents' fault because things have changed.
They
They
didn't
did the
know.
best. They didn't know, right? They did the best that they could with what they had. So now I know I have 3 children. And what I try to do, we always say we want our kids to have more than we had. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing, because sometimes we do so much for our children that they become ungrateful, right. And then sometimes we don't do enough for our kids. So I think right now it's the generational gap when it comes to money, because you have some millennials or younger children that are independent. They don't want a job. They want to go out and build businesses, be business owners, be entrepreneurs. But then you have my age group that was told to go to school, get a good education, and get a good job. So right now, I see that the younger generation is understanding money and what entrepreneurship is a little better than my generation, based on me and my age group wanting something more than just a job, if that makes any sense. You understand what
It
I'm
makes a
saying?
lot of sense. And I'm glad you transitioned to entrepreneurship, because at the end of the day, you and I, we are entrepreneurs. Okay. I know you are also have a full-time career.
Yes.
Okay. So talk about how, you being a mom of 3, you having a full-time career. Why do you think that it was important for you to pivot, in this industry and to become an entrepreneur?
Well, I for a long time I always wondered why certain people were at different levels financially, and I found out that the major thing that separated the wealthy from the middle class was that the middle class always had a job, and the wealthy were the entrepreneurs and the business owners. They were the people that we were working for. So I said, okay, if I want to be at a different income level, then that means I need to change some of the things that I'm doing. Now, doesn't mean that I'm going to quit my full-time job right away, but I need to be able to position myself financially so I'm able to make a smooth transition. So I would encourage anyone that is looking at being an entrepreneur that has a full-time job to keep that job. Use that job as a stepping stone to get you where you're trying to go while you're building your business. I always did something on the side, Renee, no matter what it was. I sold everything down to real estate, Mary Kay, Avon, Amway, security. And because I did all that, because I knew and I understood that you have to be an entrepreneur. No, you have to be doing something. And then I also realized that those things that I mentioned, they all was in sales.
Yes.
You have to have a product that people need and want. And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you're fine.
But we're so focused on selling ourselves as employees that we haven't sold ourselves to the fact that we can be business owners. And you just gave us that bit. You just said that.
Well,
that's your company.
Yes, but see, that's the thing. You have to change how you think about not only yourself, about what you're doing.
But we're so good about it. Yeah. We're so good about selling ourselves as employees.
Right. So we have to change our mindset and learn how to sell ourselves on the idea of being an entrepreneur. And so, and that's what it's all about. Change how you think about some of the things that you want out of life. If you want to build generational wealth, I don't think there's too many jobs out here that we have, Renee, that's going to be left to your children once you're gone.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't understand that. Yeah, you may have your 401k, 457B, 203B. You may have all these different retirement accounts, but that particular job cannot be handed down to generations to come. But your business could.
Yes. And but then often though we like to comfortable with we wanna have a paycheck. But the entrepreneurship does not guarantee you a paycheck next day. Okay? Right. So what advice do you have for someone right now who's thinking about entrepreneurship, but then also like the comfort of knowing that they're gonna have a paycheck 2 weeks from now?
Well, just like I said, you have a job, keep your job. Because that's guaranteed money. You're going to have that money coming in every week or every 2 weeks. So you start off slow. You do something that's going to be home-based. So therefore, you don't have to leave your house to do it. And right now, with the platforms that we have, you and I here, you're in a different state. I'm in a different state. So you use platforms where you could still reach people and still be able to do your business on a part-time basis. When you get home from work, you can do your job. We spend 8 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours on a job. We won't come home and spend 4 or 5 hours, on ourselves. So we have to start slow. So I encourage anyone that's out there looking to be an entrepreneur, to start a business, start a home-based business, something you can do from the house to make it more flexible for you, where you can ease into doing it on a full-time basis once you start making that income to replace your full-time job. And that's what's more important. You got to make enough money that you're replacing your income on your job. But then you also have to consider, okay, what about health insurance? Yes. So you got to consider all those things. You have small children. You have to consider, okay, how are my children going to have those things that my job provides? So you have to look at the big picture when you're looking at starting a home-based business.
Okay. Those are great information. Thank you kindly for sharing that. But let's get into the meat of exactly what we do. Number one, product is entrepreneurship. So our goal is to educate our community about the importance, just like you said, of having a side business. We all, obviously with COVID right now, we all know that a job is not the end or be all.
Right.
But then going to the servicing of our industry, which is the life insurance industry, that's who we are, that's what we do. Talk to me about maybe the importance not only for our community, but just for anybody listening to us right now, why is it important that we should consider life insurance?
Well, number one, Renee, and you already know this, is it's the industry that's been around for centuries.
Mhm.
As long as there's babies being born and unfortunately people dying, life insurance is always going to be here. So why not get into an industry that you know that is solid and it's long lasting and it's not going anywhere? And most importantly, you don't sell life insurance. What we do is educate people on its value so they can understand how it can help them, not only personally, but how you can help other people build generational wealth through their insurance. A lot of people don't understand that life insurance is more than just when you die. That's the old insurance. You know, the old insurance said, okay, we have this fine expense policy. When you die, it's $15,000. Now we have enough money to bury you. So that's what people thought. That's what it was before. But now it has evolved. It's more to it than that. And the biggest thing I love about this product, life insurance, is that it has living benefits. Like I say, living benefits. Yeah, that means that you can still be alive and benefit from your insurance policy based on any terminal illness, critical illness, chronic
Mhm.
illnesses. You can benefit from that. So a lot of people are not familiar with that type of policy. So they're like, okay, I didn't know that. But yes, it's out there and we offer it, you know, to
Yes.
people. So it's not like we sell it. Like I said, people need it, you know, and a lot of times they don't know they need it until unfortunately, you know, something happens tragically and they wish they had. So
Exactly. And I think that's the sad thing about our profession, because it's like we try to educate people, but then if they don't take our advice, then when they need it, it's too late. It is
yeah,
too late. So that's why Vivian and I are here having this conversation to help educate our community about the importance of us having life insurance as a solid foundation. So I
yeah,
said, what's the number one key of a solid financial foundation? That's life insurance.
yeah. And
Okay,
then
you
too,
can have.
we have to look at, we have to change people's, not only understand the value of it, but understand the purpose of it. You know, people look at it as a bill, you know, or another
No,
bill,
it's not.
but I have to
Mhm.
pay. But it's not
It's
a
not.
bill. It's, even though it's life insurance and that's what we sell, but it's an investment not only in yourself but your generations to come. You know, I'm invested into my future. You know, so people have to understand that it's not a bill. It's an investment. It's something that you want to do not only for yourself but for, you know, generations, to build generational wealth. You know, the a lot of times people don't have a lot of materialistic things, you know, when they leave this earth. But life insurance is one of those things that your grandchildren and great grandchildren would appreciate you for, that grandma, granddad, you know, left me this money so I can have a better start on life. So it's awesome, you know, to be able to show people and help people and explain to them the value of it and how we can use it to benefit ourselves and our families.
That's so true. You know, talking about that legacy about life insurance is basically us just keep giving a gift to
Yes.
our children, even though we now know we're no longer here.
Yes.
But then you talk about living benefits, which is say, I'm giving myself a gift. If I lose my not lose my job, if I get sick, I cannot work, I can continue to provide for myself and not be a burden to my family. So
Yes.
yes, we talk about the legacy, but also you yourself can protect yourself with those products. So going from legacy, so we talk about how, I'm sure you're familiar with, with GoFundMe, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so it's used for, if there's any funeral emergencies, maybe medical emergencies, then it's a platform that people have started to use, to just solicit maybe some assistance. And there is nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, if somebody need help, go ahead and ask for help. But in our conversation is to educate families about how we can prevent that. So this website is receiving so much money and assistance. Obviously it's a business, so therefore there is a profit being made on that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, this is money that's coming from our community that could basically be able to help fund, business startups. So what is your mindset in regards to how should we go about educating the community about how they should have their own policies to take care of the final expenses and emergencies, but then how we can create wealth, generational wealth, by combining our money together for businesses instead of funerals?
That's a good question, Renee. Good question. Well, as we know, GoFundMe is that a company that people use to for a fundraising. Either it's medical expenses, if it's death, it's whatever it may be. People will go online and start a GoFundMe account. But have you ever asked yourself the question, why not be prepared? I think that's a lot of our problems. Sometimes we wait until the problem exists instead of looking, further ahead and looking at the what ifs. So instead of, when something happens, oh, let's get me a GoFundMe account, let's start this, people will give. How about think ahead and say, okay, if I can put up $50 to $100, $200 a month and prepare myself for the future and give back, to the community in a sense where I'm not waiting till last minute. We all have what they call discretionary income. That's that money that you have left over once you finish paying all your bills, all your debt, household bills are paid for. Some people may have $300, $400, $500 left over in a month, but yet and still don't know where the money is. So how about take that money that you have left over once you paying all your bills and put it into a life insurance policy that's going to build that value over time, and it's going to generate that generational wealth. So GoFundMe is a great thing when you need it at the last minute. But Renee and I are here to tell you that you can pretty much do that before it happens. Prepare yourself today so you don't have to worry about the tomorrows.
Heather said this is excellent. Thank you, Heather, for watching and commenting. I appreciate the love and the support. Yes, this is excellent information because we have to be prepared. Like Vivian said, three things are guaranteed in life: death, sickness, and taxes. I forgot taxes. Okay, you're gonna pay some taxes. But with that being said, if we know it's inevitable, why not be prepared for it? So you talk about discretionary income, and we've having so much fun that it's already 1:25, so we are like 5 minutes. But then you talk about discretionary income, okay? And then so talk about that, how some people might say, well, I cannot afford life insurance. So first, I want you to go ahead and say to me, who needs life insurance? And how can we find that discretionary income to finance a life insurance policy?
Okay. Well, basically, everybody needs life insurance. Everyone that is living needs life insurance. A baby 2 weeks old can get life insurance. Everyone needs it. And as we know that the younger that we are, the less that it costs. So when people tell me that I can't afford it, I don't have the money for that. Number one, I have to ask them the question, do you value your life? Do you value your family's life? Your husband, your wife, your children, are these people important to you? So, and most of the time they say yes. So if you're not here any longer, you pass away, what happens to these people that you say that are valuable to you? So once we get those two questions out, and most time people say, I love my family, I'll do anything for my family. And then we have to go through a financial lifestyle strategy and to find the discretionary income. Like I said, that's that money that's left over. And a lot of times we don't know where the money went. So we use that money, that's discretionary income, in order to fund the life insurance policies based on that. You know, you don't have to spend a lot on life insurance, but I believe that everyone needs it. It's very valuable. Your family will thank you later for doing that, for making sure that the family's taken care of, that the kids could go to school, that they can still maintain the same lifestyle that they had while the main, breadwinner was living. Because unfortunately, that's what happens a lot of times. As someone dies and the family loses their house, cars, everything, because of the person was not prepared. So we do have the money. A lot of people, say that they don't, but when they understand the value of it and how they're helping themselves and their family, because there is no such thing as if you're going to die. There's 100% chance, that we all are going to die. So there is no what ifs. It's going to happen. We just don't know when it's going to happen. So I encourage everyone who don't have it, to reach out to myself, here in Georgia, and also to Renee and Illinois, because we can help you, find that discretionary income, to get you protected, to get your family protected, because you don't want to be in a position where you don't have the money, and right now what's going on with the COVID, a lot of people are out of work. So the last thing that people need is for someone to die and not have any life insurance in order to take care of them and have a proper burial for them. So.
Exactly. Well, thank you kindly for sharing that. You were just giving so many bits. I'm like, I was just off. But yeah, it is so important. And then I added the website www.vertex.42.com. There's so many worksheets there that can help you, like Vivian said, to look for those discretionary income. Because at the end of the day, if it matters, okay, you will find a way. And then at the end of the day, if we honestly track every dollar we spend every month, we're just gonna find so much money that we could have invested in a policy versus supporting all those big businesses, yet we are not protecting ourselves and we are not protecting our family. Okay, the holiday is coming up. A lot of people are thinking of, buying gifts right now for the family. I remember I read somewhere that in typically people spend around $600
Probably
on
more.
gifts, or probably more. Like
Yeah.
$600 to $1,000 in gifts, for the loved ones. So you are mom, you have 3 kids. Do you think that maybe your children will rather know that, there's a protection in place, God forbid something were to happen, so that your family is like secured? Or do you think what they care most about is gifts?
Well, all my children are grown, Renee, and I think they will be more comfortable and safe knowing that I'm protected, I'm covered. Anything happens to me, not only will they benefit, financially, but I'm good. Even if I get sick, I'm good. If I can't take care of myself, my kids don't have to be, unfortunately, burdened down with trying to take care of me. I am, covered completely. And that makes me feel good to know that, I'm protected and I'm safe. And if anything happens to me, my family don't have to be burdened down with funeral costs and or trying to take care of me if I got sick. So I would tell any parent that has any children, like I said, 14 weeks, 2 weeks old baby can have coverage. How about, take care of your family first, let your family know, hey, I understand that the holidays are coming and you want this, and this, but right now we need to take some of this money and put away to make sure that mommy and daddy is protected and that you are protected. So if anything happens to you or to us, we don't have to worry about it. And then in the meantime, it's also building cash value. Just imagine a baby 2 weeks old and you get them a policy. And that policy is growing over years, growing cash value over years. Just what a gift that will be for a someone that's graduated college and to know
Yes.
that their mom or grandparents, got them this money and you didn't know that they had it. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, we are at the 30 minutes, I guess,
Oh,
time right now. It went
man.
by so fast, and that's because we're sharing so much information. But then Vivian is in Georgia, okay? I am in Illinois. I don't care who you reach out to, just protect yourself, protect your family. Okay, so I'm sure if you have any questions, you want Vivian to answer it for you, go ahead and reach out to her. I'm gonna show her information right now. Or maybe you are in Illinois, you looking to work with me, go ahead and reach out to me. But at the end of the day, this industry, it has been around like for thousands of years.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And so with that being said, the problem this industry have is a distribution problem. We need people who
Yes.
look like us, people in our community that can go to our loved ones, can go to our friends, and can go to our coworkers and let them know the value of life insurance and the value of this industry. So if at this time right now you're thinking of pivoting, you're looking to maybe have a side career. This is a career, it is not a side hustle. You
Mm-mm.
have to be licensed in this industry. And so if you're looking to launch a career, maybe a part-time career, and you are in the Georgia area, you want somebody who's gonna be by you. I mean, I'm in Illinois and here she is helping me. So imagine if you
Helping
in
each other.
Georgia. I'm sorry.
We're helping each other.
Yeah, we're helping each other, but you're on my platform, so I
Yes.
appreciate you. So
Yes.
anybody who's in Georgia right now, you want somebody next to you who's gonna help you launch your career that could potentially make way more than what you're currently making now at your job. Go ahead and reach out to her because our industry needs people. They need people who can spread this knowledge, spread this information, because at the end of the day, money is power. If
Yes.
we want to change our situation, we want to change our community, we have to have power, and the way to have power is our pocket.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Vivian, what do you want to add in this last minute bits? Give us the final
Oh,
Vivian Bacon Bits.
this has been awesome, Renee. We must do this again.
Again, yes, for
Yes,
sure.
again, I just encourage everyone to find out what you really want out of life. A lot
Yeah.
of times we go through life day by day and have no clue what we want to accomplish. And some of us don't even know who we are. So I encourage you today to find out what are your goals, what are some of those things that you want to accomplish in your lifetime, and just go for it. Regardless if it's the financial industry or whatever it may be, we have to set some tangible goals so that we can know that we are progressing. You don't want to be the same place or the same mindset this year as you was last year. Or you don't be the same mindset as you are now next year. So we have to be in a progression. Always getting better, always growing, always transforming our lives for the better. So, like Renee said, this industry does not need policies. Policies are going to be here. They're always going to be, as long as there's people. But we are reaching out to people who want to be financially free, people who want to build generational wealth, people that see a bigger picture for themselves and for their families. That's what we're here to do. We're here to spread the word. We're on a mission to make sure that everyone that looks like you and I can be protected, not only financially, but we're going to be protected as a community together. We can make it happen. So come on and join us.
Come on and join us. My name is Antoine. I am a financial services entrepreneur. This is Thrive with Renee. So my goal is to just bring entrepreneur to you all who can add value, share information, share tools, share resources, so we can all thrive together. If you just come in this conversation, I was live in conversation with Vivian F. Bacon of Vivian Financial Bacon Bits. And she's just giving a bunch of financial bits that you and we can use to thrive in our life, or family, or community. So I'm just gonna give you all a bonus right now because I like you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. So in the beginning, Vivian says, first we have to review where we are, review and acknowledge where our finances are. Number two, We have to change our association. If we want to be financially free, then therefore we shouldn't be around with broke people. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's a bad thing, okay? I mean, we've all been in a situation
Yeah.
where we've been broke, but at the same time, we have to change our surrounding, and then we have to surround ourselves with people who are thriving. Somebody can be in a financial situation, that's not where they are, or that's not where they want to stay. But if they're comfortable with it, you better move yourself. You know what I'm saying? If they're comfortable with it, move yourself. Review where you are, change your surrounding, and stick with people who can help get you from point A to point Z. And that's Vivian Financial Bacon Bits.
Yeah.
Vivian, I appreciate you in this hour. Thank you so much. We definitely have to do this again. All
Yeah.
of you who's been watching, I appreciate it. I see the love, I see the likes. Kindly share it. If you feel this conversation is necessary, go ahead and share with somebody that you love, somebody you care about, and most likely share it with somebody who you know does not have life insurance, and you know that if God forbid something were to happen to them, you're gonna have to foot that bill. Is that how they say it?
Yes, that's how
I'm
they say
Haitian.
it.
Yeah, if you know you're gonna be responsible for somebody, go ahead and share this with them so they can get prepared. Thanks again. My name is
All
Winnie
right.
Antoine in conversation with Vivian F. Bacon. Have a good one. I'll see you guys Friday at noon.
All
Bye
right. Bye
bye.
bye. Thank you.